Saab's delivery has been excellent. So therefore, I mustered the courage last evening, and I spoke to him, and I spoke to him at about 4:30 that he has to address you people tomorrow morning. And look at his magnanimity. He immediately agreed, and he said that once you are telling me, I'll come and address. Mr. Kathuria has got more than 38 years of experience in the banking industry. He has been with the Punjab National Bank for close to about 36 years, from 1980 to 2016, and long list of his achievements. In case I start reading his achievements, it will take 15 minutes for me to read out his achievements. So then he probably won't be in a position to do justice with you people. But the most importantly, he has been a treasury head, which is very reputed position for any banker from 2013 to 2015. And before that, he has been handling corporate credit for 32 years plus at different branches and offices. And in January 2016, he took over as the executive director of Union Bank of India. And there he was overseeing treasury, international banking, recovery, retail lending, and financial inclusion. And he also has taken several initiatives to improve recovery. They had a Rin Mukti Shivas were organized. Shivas means camps, were organized all over India under his lead. And he has also personally attended many OTS. OTS is one-time settlement camps across India, and spot decisions were taken for settlement. He has taken initiatives like launching campaigns for business growth under different verticals, felicitation programs for performance, etc. And under Mudra scheme is a scheme launched by the government of India. Under the Mudra scheme campaign, 89,000 plus light commercial vehicles were financed under his leadership. And he has been instrumental in launching or introducing the cluster schemes in rural areas. So welcome, hearty welcome to you, Kathuria Saab. And this is our first batch. Just to give you a background, we are promoted by one of the reputed and very highly respected educational institution in Chandigarh that is called GGDSD College Society. And we have got the same distinction for our commerce team in Tri-City of Chandigarh and 7 adjacent states, as is the case with Shri Ram College of Commerce in Delhi. Right. And getting admission in commerce team in GGDSD College is a dream coming true for any boy and girl who wants to make chartered accountancy or the commerce as a career. Last year, the cutoff was 95% marks in +2. We have launched PGDM, which is like we had PGDM in NIBM. There also we first started with the 36, then we expanded to 60, and then when I was there, we expanded to 90, and before I left, we expanded to 120. Here also we started last year with the 60 seats, but because of COVID and because of PGDM being introduced in this part of the country for the first time, people have heard MBA. So PGDM was a new name to them. So there was not that type of response. And probably COVID was the main reason. Otherwise, this institution enjoys very high reputation and it's known for excellence. In all our campuses, we have got more than 15,000 students, and in Chandigarh campus itself, we have got more than 7,500 students. This batch is smaller. It's not the way we used to have the batches in NIBM, and some of them are missing also today. It being Saturday and it being a little difficult time, we are basically doing the classes online. We have requested them that in case they can start coming to the campus, we can have a hybrid system of online and offline both. So I will be thanking you once again on behalf of PMLSD Business School Board of Governors and on my own behalf. And I'll Now leave the floor open for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Once again, respected Dingraji and dear students, good morning to you. I am thankful to Dingraji speaking so high about me. During this interaction, I shall be sharing my experiences and through this journey, what were the takeaways of 40-year journey and how it helped me. So dear students, this banking, financial services and insurance, it is called BFSI. World over, it is a very stable industry. It is an evergreen industry. It is employing millions of people. And most of the business graduate people likely to join the BFSI sector. It provides you abundant opportunities, immense opportunities, joining at the lowest level, and you can head the organization. Opportunities are so vast. But it is up to you how you utilize these opportunities. So it is one of the oldest profession. And under this BFSI sector, all the non-banking financial companies, broking and asset management, they come under it. And in India, we have a structure of public sector banks, then private sector banks are there. Foreign banks are also operating in India. Besides that, cooperative banks, regional rural banks, credit societies, these are the various variants down the line. So whenever you attend a seminar, a class, or whatever it is, it should be your motive. What was the takeaway? If there was a takeaway, how I can make use of it? If you find something interesting, it must be noted. It must be shared with your team and implemented in your life. So it is my suggestion, whenever you attend a class, a program, a seminar, or a training program, you must note down the takeaways of that training program. What was the takeaway? How it can help me? So before we discuss the banking, I would like to discuss what are the basic principles of life to be successful. How to define success. Whether you are successful or not, it is very important. So when you look back, whatever period you have completed and whenever you look back and you feel satisfied and people acknowledge and appreciate you, that is success. Earning money or building assets, that is not a success. Earning money or building assets, that is not a success. So to achieve that success, what are the ingredients? You should have dreams. The first and foremost thing is the dreams. Dreaming is also part of the strategy. Dreaming is also part of the strategy. If I mention about our ex-president, Abdul Kalam, so he motivated our countrymen, world over he motivated so many people, and he used to say, you must have dreams and one day these dreams will come true. And it is my experience also. Whatever dreams I saw, they were fulfilled. When you see dreams, your subconscious mind, your body, your well-wishers, your relatives, your friends, your parents help you to achieve those dreams. At the same time, you have to remain uncontroversial. If we talk of the President Abdul Kalam, you will find that this person was totally uncontroversial. So always take care to remain uncontroversial. There should not be any controversy. You should be frank, you should be transparent, you should be open to explain your position and never land into any controversy. And when you are seeing the dreams, you should be passionate about them. You should have the obsession for them to achieve them. Then focus should be there. To achieve those goals, to achieve those dreams, You have to be obsessed day in, day out. You have to think about that and do like that. And you should lead a life of excellence. What is life of excellence? When you are putting in your best efforts, when you are putting in your best efforts, that is a life of excellence. You have not to compete with others, but whatever best you can do, in whatever field you can excel, you should focus on that. You should be obsessed about your goals. That is life of excellence. So after completing your studies, you shall be joining some organizations in the role of managers. The career of business management graduate starts with the managers. What the manager is expected to do? He has to get the work done. He has to get the work done, complete it. For that, you have to acquire knowledge. For the banking sector, whenever you are working in an organization, whether you are working in a bank, in NBFC, in an insurance company, there are certain guidelines, principles, circulars, policies of that company, which you have to follow. You should be thorough about these policies, guidelines, and circulars. Then for the various fields, there are regulators. In our country, Reserve Bank of India is regulating the entire banking sector. Similarly, insurance sector is controlled by the IRDAI, that is a supervisor for the insurance sector. And similarly, capital markets, our capital markets are controlled by SEBI. So SEBI is there, Reserve Bank of India is there, IRDAI is there, another regulator is there, PF something, Provident Fund, and some organization. So these are the 4-5 institutions. And when you are working in the BFSI sector, you must be aware whatever is happening in the economy. It is very important what circular guidelines or policies are being announced by the Reserve Bank of India, SEBI, and other things. So you have to keep track of everything. Knowledge is power. When your knowledge is up to date, your execution abilities will improve automatically. So as a manager, you have to get the work done, and for which you have to acquire knowledge. And in the present circumstances, Google is a very important wonder. I will say it is the most important wonder, and each and everybody should devote 15-20 minutes every day. Whatever curiosities there, some doubts are there, any new term you come across, must Google it out. You will find lot of information. The information available on the web, it is said you need 10 lives to go through those documents. So what you have to read, what are the important sites where you get topics related to your field. One of such field is the Investopedia. And there are so many other sites, Quora, some legal queries there, you can go to that. So you must be aware you have to go to which site where you will get your desired information. So acquiring knowledge, keeping track of the developments, and as a banker, as an insurance person, you must be aware whatever is happening in the world. If there is a Reserve Bank of India meeting, whatever policies they are announcing, there is a Fed meeting of US, what steps they have notified, if the gold is strengthening, if the equities are going higher, if the bond yields are coming down, what is the reason? Why crude prices are coming down? Why gold prices are going up or down? Why our currency is strengthening? Why dollar is becoming weak? For a banker, it is very important to keep track of all these developments. So to be successful, these are the basic principles, then your dreams, then your passion, and then your focus and obsession, then acquiring the knowledge. And then you have to graduate from the manager to a leader. Then you will come to the leadership role. So sharing my experience, when I joined the banking industry, I joined at Punjab National Bank, and in New Delhi there was a branch which was almost an ocean. 250 people were working in that branch, Sansad Marg branch of Punjab National Bank. And there were about, at that time, 100 lasers. 100 lasers means every laser was having around 250 accounts. So 100 lasers, 25,000 accounts. And we used to think what will happen one day when the number of accounts will go to lakhs. So number of lasers will go to thousands. It was early 80s. But the things changed so fast and the computers came, and now the same branch is handling lakhs of accounts, and there are only 4 or 5 machines are working. This is a technological advancement, and it will keep on going. It will keep on going. Now the fintech companies are coming into the field. So banking, this branches, whatever branches you visit or ATMs you visit, you will find over a time period of 5 to 10 years, there will not be any branches, there will not be any ATMs. Most of the things will switch over to the digital channels. So you have to keep track of that. You have to learn that. You have to upgrade your knowledge. You have to upgrade your skills from time to time. So when I became a branch manager, so I was posted to a place, Gajrola Industrial Area. It was in Moradabad district in UP. So it was a notorious branch, and I was heading a team of around 15 to 20 people. Branch was notorious, things were not in order, housekeeping was very poor. So what I did, when I was going there, so there was apprehension in my mind, how I will handle the staff, how I will handle the customers, how I will handle my superiors and the public. These all apprehensions were there. But when I reached there, I joined there, I interacted with my team and discussed what are the problems, sat with them, asked for their suggestions. That was participative. Team participated with me, they gave suggestions. Slowly and steadily, we started implementing those things. I took care of my staff. What I did, it is a branch where the pollution level was very high. Gajrola Industrial Area, at that time, around 92, the pollution chart, it was the second city in India which was most polluted. So what I did, there was no water purifier in the branch. So I got installed one water purifier. What the staff was doing, they were taking during winter season, whatever food they were bringing, there was no facility to warm or to hot the food. I brought a hot case for them. And whenever there was no light or power in the branch, people used to work with candles. So we made arrangement for generator sets. So whatever facilities, whatever infrastructure was provided in the branch, it was taken care of me. Then the team thought about me, this branch manager is concerned about our welfare. This branch manager is concerned about business. Slowly and steadily, the persons who were committing fraud in that branch, those who were misbehaving, we got so much of business in that branch when the things started improving. It became the best branch of the bank within 2 to 3 years. The first year we got a consolation award, then we got the second prize, and then we got the first prize. It was a journey of 3 years. So what was my contribution? What was my takeaway? To take care of the team, to take care of the infrastructure, to discuss with the team, to sit with the team, take suggestions from your team. Suggestions should come from down the line. You should not force the decisions. And whenever you fix up some targets, so discuss with the team and they will open up. They will say, okay, sir, I can bring this account. I can bring that borrower to this thing. So it was a small branch of 3 crore, and within a span of 3 years, the business of the branch became 15 crore and it became the best branch. So my experience and my takeaway was taking care of your team, taking care of your team, taking care of the infrastructure. This was the takeaway. So journey started from there. When I joined there, so much apprehension was there in my mind. But when I left the branch, so I was a happy person. I was a very contented person. I have given my best efforts and the branch has turned around and that was the success. It was acknowledged by seniors. It was acknowledged by my superiors. It was acknowledged by the public. So in the beginning, as I told you, what is success? When you look back and you find you have contributed to the organizational goals and you have achieved something, your staff is happy with them, you have motivated them. So this was beginning of my journey as a branch manager. So I worked at various branches. Everywhere I delivered and basic principles to keep the knowledge up to date, to keep the team motivated, to take them along with you, hold meetings, frequent meetings. So I was posted to one branch in Calcutta that was a large corporate branch. It was a big branch and my role was to bring the credit borrowers to our fold. It was a branch with advances of around 1,600 crore. When I joined the branch, I remained there for 3 years and this branch crossed 5,000 crores. So I will discuss with you what was my strategy, how it was achieved, what were the takeaways of that branch. So during my posting at Calcutta, where I was supposed to bring big corporates to my branch. So what I did, I formulated a strategy. First of all, I got a trade directory. To get the business, one thing let me tell you, my dear friends, there is no dearth of business in this world. There is no dearth of business. You should have an eye to identify the business and speed of execution is also very important. So when I joined the Calcutta, I got a directory of CII where there was a list of around 2,500 corporates operating in the eastern belt of the country. That was the West Bengal, Odisha, Northeast and Bihar. So I identify the borrowers where I will approach them for business. Slowly and steadily, I started contacting the people. I sought appointment and I gave the phone call direct to the promoter or the owner or MD of the company or the chief executive officer or director of finance. I called them and said, I am speaking from this Punjab National Bank. I am heading this branch and whatever banking facilities you need, we can fulfill your requirements and can give you very prompt service. And whenever appointment was given, they asked when you want to come. So at the earliest, I fixed up the appointment. I went there, I discussed the proposal, I brought the papers, got it processed in my branch, delivered the sanction, and my team went there to execute the documents. So it was a type of home delivery. Going to the big corporates, after them, lot of bankers are there, lot of competitions are there. They don't go from bank to bank. Such corporates, you have to follow them. By doing all these activities, we got all the good names in the Calcutta market, Century Ply, Green Ply, Tantia Construction, McNally Bharat, Skipper Limited. So around 50 corporates during 3 years I brought to my bank. And there were corporates who said we don't need further bankers in our consortium. But I insisted I want to be part of this consortium. Yours is a prestigious company and I want to be member of the consortium. Insisting also, in one of the accounts, it took me 3 years. So I was passionate, I was focused, and I was obsessed to get those accounts. So my dear friends, the branch which was having advances of 1,500 crore, it crossed 5,000 crore in 3 years. And profitability is a very important parameter. Top line and then the baseline. Profitability is very important. The branch which was giving a profit, annual profit of 45 crore before my joining, it rose fourfold. It crossed 185 crore within a span of 3 years. So there was a definite strategy, going to the corporates, meeting them, delivering the results, time of execution, that is very important. Speed of execution, rather I will say, speed of execution is very important. There should be speed. There should be sense of urgency to deliver because there is lot of competition in the market. So that was my journey of Calcutta. I took care of my staff, and that branch also got a best branch award during my period, and it was celebrated with the staff and customers of the branch. The celebration part is also very important. During my journey, when I became general manager in Punjab National Bank, so I was posted to the treasury. Treasury is very important wing of a bank. What is the role of treasury? In banking, you see what banks are required to do. They mobilize deposits from the public. They give advances. So role of a banker is to take deposits and to lend to the borrowers. And in between, that is a spread. 2 to 3% spread is there. Suppose you are taking the deposits at around 5 to 7% and you are lending around 9 to 11%. So that is the difference or spread between your borrowing and lending. That is your profit. Now in a bank, in big banks, which are operating with the thousands of branches, what is the role of treasury? Treasury is the most important thing in a bank. That is the brain of a bank. Primary function of the treasury is to manage the liquidity of the bank, to ensure that whatever liabilities are maturing, they are paid off timely. So that is the primary and basic function of a treasury, to manage the liquidity of the bank. Besides managing the liquidity of the bank, you have to deploy the surplus funds. You have to deploy the surplus funds in such profitable investments where your return should be good. Treasuries of the banks, they are doing equity trading also. They are selling and buying the bonds also. Banks are required to keep around 20% of their total time and demand liabilities, that means deposits, to keep around 20% in government securities. That is called the GSEC. So what the bank treasuries are doing? They are selling and buying the government security. They are selling and buying the bonds. They are doing the equity trading. They are doing the forex trading. And they are investing their surplus and managing the liquidity of the bank. So whatever profit comes into a bank, treasury plays a very important role. If a bank is earning a 5,000 crore of profit, it may not be surprising around 40-50% of the profit is coming from the treasury. So when I was posted to the treasury of the Punjab National Bank, so there was a team of around 120 people. And what they were doing, what initiatives I took, which helped me to achieve good profitability. During my stay there, I noticed whenever there is a birthday of a staff member, he or she used to bring chocolates for the staff. 120 people are there, and 10 to 15 rupees chocolate for the entire staff. Staff member is spending around 1,500 to 2,000 rupees. So I gave them a suggestion. when 120 is there, so around 10 people were celebrating the birthday every day, every month. On an average, 10 to 12 people were celebrating their birthday. Some staff is getting married, he is giving some treat. So like that, we planned that in a month we will celebrate the birthdays or whatever other happenings are there with the staff where they want to contribute. And we opened an account, and whosoever was having birthday, they deposited 2,000 to 3,000 in that account. Now what happened? Once Saturday in a month, in the second half, when there is not much work, we organized some celebration in the conference room where we used to play some motivational games. We used to run some motivational videos. We used to run the photographs of the person who has celebrated the birthday. Whoever has got married, his wedding photographs, her wedding photographs, people complimented them. Small gifts were given to them. And then after that, we had a lunch. So playing the motivational games, running the videos, all these steps brought the team closer. These activities helped me to bring the team together. Now there was a profit target of 1,000 crore for the treasury to be earned in a year. And taking all these steps, celebrations, organizing seminars, taking care of the staff. Another thing I did in the dealing room, I provided them musical instruments. There were around 25 dealers in my dealing room, those who are doing equity trading, forex trading, government securities trading. So there were individual targets. You have to make 50 lakhs in a day, you have to make 1 crore in a day, and total treasury has to contribute around 20 crore in a day. So small musical instruments I distributed to my staff members, to my dealers, and I told them, whenever you are achieving your budgets, you have to blow your horn. You have to blow your musical instruments. So it created a working place where there was a lot of fun. When a dealer achieved the target of 50 lakh, so he was blowing some musical instrument. And in the evening when we saw, during the day, entire treasury has earned a profit of around 20 crore. What we were doing, the entire team was taking their musical instruments and they were playing on them, and we were taking a round of the entire floor of the treasury. So that was the atmosphere created there. Atmosphere, bonhomie was there, camaraderie was there, understanding was there, helping each other, it was there. So taking all these steps, and I built a very strong team. And taking all these steps, for the year ended March 2015, that treasury gave a profit of 1,400 crore, which was the highest in the history of the bank at that time. And the pure equity trading profit was around 385 crore, which is a record till date. So my dear friends, what happened? I took lot of steps. I organized once in a month celebrations. I gave them musical instruments. I increased their knowledge level. We played motivational games. We played motivational videos. I brought them together. There was bonhomie. There was playful atmosphere in the organization. So all these things helped a lot to achieve the good profitability, and throughout their life they will remember what was done. So it was my journey of Punjab National Bank, and after that I joined Union Bank of India in January 2016 as executive director. So it was a board position, generally where you have to focus on the policies of the banks and give direction to the team. In the banking industry, problem of the stressed assets, NPAs, it is very acute. So what I did, I organized Rin Mukti Shivers during a particular week or during a particular day. Message was given to the entire field कि you have to organize the Rin Mukti Shivers, give a vast publicity to their borrowers, tell them whosoever wants to settle their account, they should come to that camp and on the spot, OTS will be done, one time settlement. So recovery of the bank improved. What else I did? I organized the camps and attended myself. I visited various cities, Delhi, Calcutta, Visakhapatnam, Chennai, Calcutta, smaller places I visited, Kanpur, Lucknow, where we called around 15 to 20 borrowers. And on the spot decisions were taken, whatever best possible was in the interest of the bank. So message was given, you will be Rin Mukt. Your liability will be over. On the spot, we will settle it. So recovery of the bank improved a lot with these strategies. Another project I did at Union Bank of India. Banks are supposed to give Mudra loans. Mudra loans up to 10 lakhs, you have to give loans where there are no guarantees, there are no mortgages or collateral. It is against the business only. It is against the security only. So we thought of a scheme to finance the light commercial vehicles. Light commercial vehicles you have seen, these are the smaller vehicles carrying goods from place to place. And it was estimated around 10,000 vehicles, 8 to 10,000 vehicles are being sold all over India. And there are around 10 to 12 companies operating in this field, like the companies Ashoka Leyland, Tata Motors, Mahindra and Mahindra, Atul Motors, and so many companies were there. So we charted out a strategy. We held meetings with them and told them that we will finance their vehicles and our disposal will be within 2 days. Whatever application is required, whatever documentation is required. So we took the list of all their dealers across the India. We entered into MOU with those companies. And there was a clause, first right of refusal will be given to us. Then you will approach the other banks. We gave instructions to our staff. You have to take the only CIBIL score of the party and KYC. Only 2 requisites were there. No collateral is required. No personal guarantee is required. So when things started moving, slowly and steadily, we organized camps and started disbursing the loans. So my dear friends, during my tenure of 2.5 years at Union Bank, around 90,000 vehicles were disbursed and a corpus of 2,800 crore was built. It is not a small number, 90,000 vehicle. Direct employment was provided to the 90,000 people. Direct employment was provided to 90,000 people, and some vehicles are used by 2 drivers or 1 driver and 1 cleaner. And not only financing of the vehicle, there was cross-selling also. What we did, we entered into arrangement with the medical insurance company. They provided a insurance cover for 3 years to the driver. If driver is not driving the vehicle for 6 days and he is in the hospital, his medical expenses up to 1 lakh will be paid by the company. And his EMI will also be paid by the company. This was the insurance product which was given just at rupees 4,000. So we entered into MOU with the company. We told them we are going to finance thousands of vehicles and there is business opportunity for you. whatever lowest premium you can charge, kindly tell us. So they charge a premium of rupees 4,000 for 3 years. So per lakh medical insurance cover at 1,300 is very low. So while financing the vehicles, we gave them medical cover, third party insurance we were doing where bank was getting commission, saving account we were opening, and some proactive managers were opening the recurring accounts and Sukanya Samriddhi accounts. So with a single product, we sold the 5 products. So whatever you are doing, you must think about your strategy, how to execute it. What is plan B? What is plan C? What are the revenue streams? How to tap the revenues? All these things are very important. So by doing this light commercial vehicle financing, 90,000 vehicles were financed, employment, direct employment was given to the people, entered into MOU with the various companies. So this is the strategy. This is the strategy. You have to think about that. You have to execute that. You have to be passionate about that. Another activity I did, whenever we ran a campaign, sport, we have to mobilize deposits. We have to disburse light commercial vehicles. We have to bring third party products. We have to sell third party products like insurance, mutual funds. We have to increase our agriculture advances. So we circulated to the staff. These are the benchmarks. Whosoever will qualify, there will be felicitation at an exotic place with your family. So in a public sector bank, it is a privilege when you are calling 50 or 100 successful people at a place for 2-3 days where you are celebrating and enjoying and their families are there. Once we ran an agriculture campaign and it was said, these are the benchmarks. You have to bring this much business. If you qualify, so there will be felicitation and the top 3 persons, he or she, they will be sent abroad. And the scale 1 to very junior people, those who topped the list, they were sent to Sydney for a week with their families. For a public sector bank, it was amazing. It was unthinkable. So felicitations. These are very important. Celebrations are very important. Keeping your teams motivated, taking them along. These are the various things I have discussed with you. And in the beginning, I told you, you must have the dreams, and definitely these dreams will be achieved. Your subconscious mind, your well-wishers will push you in that direction. And for achieving those goals, you should be uncontroversial. Passion should be there. Obsession should be there. Focus should be there. And one of the most important thing, my dear friends, you always remain humble. You should always remain humble. Humbleness. Take the things in right spirit. As a team player, you must contribute. As a team leader, you have to take care. And as a team player, what you have to do? You must contribute to the best of your abilities. When a decision is taken, you must follow that, and there should not be any grudge. So these were the things I wanted to share with you. I am a very contented banker. It was a very successful journey. I feel very much satisfied. So if you want to discuss anything, or one by one, if you tell me, was there any takeaway which you can implement or which you have liked during this discussion, or if you have any doubts, you are most welcome. Now it is open for you. One by one, you can unmute and raise some query. Come forward, please. If you discuss any one takeaway you have liked, which you can implement in your life, I shall be happy.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please. Most welcome.
Sir,
Introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Shivek. Sir, I wanted to ask
Yes,
that
Mr. Shivik.
you were saying about this, you were telling us about the successes that you had. I just had this simple question that all the programs that you implemented and stuff that must have required a lot of coordination. So, according to you, what would be the key for good coordination?
At different stages, as a manager, you have to do the things. You have to part of the team. You have to contribute. And when you become a leader, you have to take care of your staff. You have to be transparent. You have to walk the talk. Walk the talk. You must avoid whatever you are talking. You must follow that path. People will automatically follow you when you are transparent, when you are open for your organizational goals, you are taking care of your staff. People will come behind you. As I gave you example of my Gajrola Industrial Area branch, it was a very notorious branch. It was a fraud prone branch where the some elements were there. But when the things started improving, when I took care of them, so they followed me. And those same persons were helpful. They contributed to their best of their abilities. They sat late. They were used to sit late. They were working with the candles. I installed the generator set there. They were taking cold food. So what I did, a hot case was provided to the branch. I took care of infrastructure. I took care of their health. And whenever you find some staff is missing, why he has not come or why she has not come, what is the problem? If he is hospitalized or some tragedy has taken place, how you can help, how you can depute your staff. This is the care. Care, transparency, and openness. These things will definitely help you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Good afternoon, sir. Arushi this
Good
side.
afternoon.
Sir, I would like to really appreciate your journey. Like you were so passionate to work in the industry, in the banking sector. And sir, my question is that, sir, what are the recent opportunities in the banking sector and what are the skills required for that?
Banking is such an industry, whether you are a science graduate, you are a commerce graduate, or you are an arts graduate, there are openings for everybody. You are IT graduate, there are technical services are available. And for a journalist banker, I also joined as a postgraduate of Delhi University, BCom and MCom. But you learn there, proper trainings are there. In whichever field you want to work, in IT you want to work, lot of developments are taking place. So it is open for everybody. Banking is such a place. If you compare it with the IT industry, only IT engineers can go there. But banking, you will find science graduates are there, IT graduates are there, commerce graduates are there, business school graduates are there, and there are various fields. There is a vast field of credit appraisal. Whatever proposals we are receiving, you have to appraise, you have to analyze the balance sheets, you have to go the marketing, you have to mobilize the business for you. If you are IT engineer, whatever softwares are working there, how you are maintaining them, what innovations you are doing, what other apps you are launching. So for everybody, there is opportunity. And when you join a bank and whatever field you find interesting, suppose it is credit, it is treasury. As I told you, treasury, that is the brain of the bank. Whether you are a science graduate or commerce graduate, you will learn the things very fast. So that is the brain of the what is happening in the globe. Why gold is going up or down? Why crude is going up or down? Why currencies are going up and down? For this, I would request all of you must read the financial newspapers, must watch the business channels only. Don't see these soap operas. Don't waste your time. These are your formative years. Must read what is happening in the globe, why it is happening, which industry will be obsolete during next 5 years or 10 years, what is going to happen to the banking. So it is the largest employment generating industry and it will remain there. Yes, please. Next, anybody? Anybody else?
Sir, Dipanshu this side. Good afternoon,
Yes,
sir.
please.
Sir, sir, my
What
important
was
takeaway
what
from
was your takeaway? Any takeaway which you have liked, you will implement
yes,
in your life?
yes, sir, sir. The important takeaway I understood that we should celebrate even a smallest thing because it helps to motivate the employers, and basically the employers are the employees are the persons uh, which will give results. So
Right.
it is very important to celebrate even a smallest achievement of theirs.
So what is your query? You want to
Sir,
ask
it
anything?
was no, sir. I was just telling that I would really implement this point.
Right. If anybody can share any takeaway from this talk, was it useful or not?
Sir, how could we effectively communicate in the private or the government banking sector? Communication is a main role.
Yes, communication is very important. For communication, the primary requisite is a knowledge. Wherever you are working, you should be aware of your policies, your guidelines, your circulars. If you are well aware about the guidelines and your domain area, then communication becomes very easy. And before discussing anything, what point you want to discuss and what are the points which are in favor or against, and whatever your doubts are there, if it is in clear your mind, there is a sequence. There is a sequence. If you are able to follow that sequence, so communication will be very proper, very good. And one thing I will add, it is not necessary you should always speak in English. If any of your regional language or any other language where you feel more comfortable, you can use that language. You can use that language. So effective communication, the language in which you are most comfortable must speak that language. But before communication, you should know the things what you are going to discuss. What is your knowledge level? Knowledge is very important. Knowledge is power. Then communication is not a problem. If you are doing some homework, so before any discussion or before going to any meeting, what is the agenda? What are the pros and cons? What is your viewpoint? What are your doubts in your mind? Where you want the clarification? So these things should be clear in your mind. Any takeaway from this talk? Anybody else, or should we conclude, my dear friends? I think no one is there, so we can conclude. And I will repeat, must have big dreams. And I am assuring you, these dreams will come true. You should be passionate. You should be obsessed. Don't waste your time. These are your formative years. During these 4 5 years, whatever you will achieve, entire life you will feel satisfied and contented. My best wishes to the students of PMLSD Business School. All the best.
A very good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. So we have reached to the end of this beautiful session. Today, I, Ashika Puri, take the opportunity to put my gratitude into words. On behalf of the school management and all students, I would like to extend my heartiest thanks to our honorable expert, Mr. V.K. Kathuria, for his presence in the session. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your inspiring and motivating words. You are an exemplary person, and we have learned a lot from you. Wholeheartedly, I must thank our faculty for their support and guidance for organizing such a session, and closely to mark this with success. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, students. We are now going to start the interaction with the director, sir. Right? Keep joining. And after that, your session will start at 2:30. 10 minutes before your Zoom will be active for joining for business environment session, right, Dr. Anjana? Just remain connected. Abhi aapka we are going to start. Nobody will exit now. Maybe 5-7 minutes we are going to start. We are connecting to the boardroom, right? So President sir is also there. ये वाली वायर वहाँ पे connect कर दो। ये ना बहुत बड़ी बात चला गया। फिर आगे कोई उसने कुछ नहीं किया।